Roll it.
Yeah.
Hey, party people!
What's going on? Welcome to Amusement Time with Sage, that's me, and friend. We're talking to you.
You behind that screen.
We see you coming and running, yes, if you know what I mean. I've been around the parks, and it still feels new. Because it's close to my heart, I wanna bring it to you. Amusement Time. You better tell them now. Amusement Time with Sage and friends. Let's go. What's going on? Welcome to Amusement Time with Sage. That's me and friends.
And wife, that's me.
We are so excited to be back. It is season 2. That's what we're calling it because we had to take a small hiatus to get married and for our honeymoon. Quick picture of our wedding. Boom. We're outside just because, honestly, we love Florida and we're here with some wine and we're here to just welcome you guys back. So,
Cheers to that.
Cheers. Hey. What we're gonna do for this video is we're gonna do something really cool, really special. Here's a quick backstory.
So when I started planning our honeymoon, I told Sage that I kind of wanted to handle it and figure it all out. I'm usually the vacation planner in our relationship.
Always.
So I was like, I have some ideas, and I started looking at West Coast resorts, and all of a sudden I got this brilliant idea that I could surprise Sage.
Wait, we'll just show it real quick.
This video is for Sage. I just married him. My name's Shannon. You guys have seen me in the video. These are all of Sage's best friends. And my parents. I'm so excited. So we're leaving on a honeymoon on Tuesday, and we're going to Cabo. But Sage doesn't know that I'm bringing him to Disneyland for 2 days.
You're a liar. You're a liar. Wait a minute. You're a liar.
I'm not a liar.
Wait, we're going to California tomorrow? Yeah. No way.
Yeah, for 2 days.
You're a liar.
And we're staying at the Disneyland Hotel. And then we're going to Cabo.
Oh my god. No way.
So I was taking him to Disneyland, and he had no idea.
It was this incredible trip, and because this is obviously a theme park vlog, what we're gonna do on this video is we're going to count down the top 10 things that we got to do at Disneyland for the very first time. Also, we're gonna add some tips and tricks that you should definitely know before you go. But before we do that, I'm gonna show you a quick, this bird. I'm gonna show you a quick, here's just a quick preview of some of the things you can expect with Amusement Time with Sage and friends. Because I love the Disney lines. I love the Disney line. I can't tell you what it really is. I can only tell you what it feels like. You wait for hours for a banshee to take flight. You stand. Oh, you are the music in me. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. 90s. 90s. The parks were better in the 90s, y'all. They had everything. Listen with Dick Tracy, who is that? He's the original Gumshoe and Goosebumps scaring kids. They've got magic to do with Mickey and Minnie and Pluto and Goofy and sing-along videos too. Hey, if you're excited about what you just saw, make sure to subscribe. Also, click the bell icon so that way you can be notified when something cool comes out, between whether it's a music video or whether it's a video of us doing something at Disney World. Hit that bell notification so you can be notified. And now finally, the top 10 things to do at Disneyland. All right, we're gonna start with you. It actually has been a little while since we have done these things. We're also reliving it just a little bit through YouTube, thanks to YouTube. I kind of want to watch it with her as we go, so that way she can kind of talk about why this is her number 10. Yeah. So go ahead.
My number 10 was the Storybook Land Canal Boats ride. Like, first and foremost, the weather in California is ridiculous.
During that time of year specifically.
So the weather in April is beautiful, and it's a little bit like cooler, but the sun is beating down, and it was beautiful.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to be outside the whole time. First of all, the boats are all based off of different characters. There's an Ariel boat. There was a boat from Bambi. We just happened to get my favorite boat. Like, we saw this boat come around, and I was like, we're not gonna get it. We got the Aurora and Sleeping Beauty. But she's my girl.
Watching this from this perspective on the boat, they're like, it looks like a jungle cruise. No, like it looks like on a jungle cruise. No, but these are actually like small little motor boats.
Miniatures.
They're little miniature boats that you can get on.
Yeah, they're little boats, and then what you're seeing is miniatures of all these different like little like lands and castles, and the detail is so good. It was just a lovely experience. I mean, honestly, it was what the second thing we did.
Yeah.
It was, and it was so not romantic, but like kind of romantic. I mean, you're with like a whole bunch of strangers.
Really, it's really sweet, and it's like quaint. It was really quaint, and it was nice.
I like things that are quaint.
But that is our number 10. All right, number 9 is something that I chose because I know Disney World, and here at Disney World, it is Tomorrowland Speedway is going away to make way for Tron, which is very exciting. But in the same way, it's still sad to see a classic ride go. Autopia is kind of their version of Tomorrowland. Here's why it was my favorite. It was not my favorite. That's why it was our number 9. Is because here's just a general overall theme that we've seen kind of at Disneyland. Everything just had a touch more magic to it. Everything was a little more personalized as opposed to when you go to Disney World, which again we love. When you go to Disney World, it's very commercialized. And here it was sponsored by Honda or somebody. I don't honestly remember. I wish I could remember. And you can see robots in the ride like talking to you. But my favorite part that they don't have here that I loved here was all the greenery and an off-road moment. I thought that was a really cool added moment.
It just went through like greenery and this outdoors area. It wasn't just like a track.
Right.
It was like you unexpectedly turned off, and it was like there were trees around us, and like you kind of felt like you were by yourself, and it wasn't just like on just some like sterile track.
Right, there wasn't a car next to you or in front of you. Like it was. You
felt like you were just by yourself.
Yeah.
And like, this little wooded area.
I definitely would recommend it. So that is why Autopia is our number 9. Our number 8 was also on my list, so I'll talk about this again. This was actually the Disneyland Railroad, and it was for one of the very last things we did.
It was the last thing we did.
It was the last
thing we did. We watched Fantasmic.
And then we headed out.
And then we were heading out and going straight to the airport.
Honestly, we took it as like as a mode of transportation. We took it to be like, maybe this is like a one last hurrah. We'll do one last part of Disney history. And honestly, I will say it is a part of Disney history. Disneyland Railroad, the Lily Bell named after Walt's wife, Lily. It's something that I had no idea happened. Seeing all the things around the river. There are these animatronics that are standing out like that are just moving, and there was an Indian guy, and then we went into this tunnel, and there was a Grand Canyon kind of diorama, and then there was Primeval World. Here in Orlando, you hear the name Primeval World and you shake because it's such a terrible ride. But at Disneyland, there's a Primeval World diorama. It's been there since the 60s, I believe 67. That's what we looked up. It's such like a fun, maybe another hidden gem. And it was.
I think that the thing about Disneyland is it feels like it's all hidden gems.
Right.
Because it all has that like original Walt magic. You don't feel like this is like a thing that millions of people are processed through every single day. It felt like everything you did was this like special, like smaller thing, because it wasn't these big commercialized rides as much as there was just a lot of history, and you could feel the history.
I will say, we also were on the Lily Bell when the fireworks were happening. So that was pretty cool. Here's a special note before you go. If you are on the Lily Bell during the fireworks, because it is in such close quarters, it's not like Disneyland or Disney World where the fireworks are a mile away for safety. They are on top of you, and they are loud. It was cool for us because we were like, fireworks, yay!
But there were kids around us.
There were kids that did not love it. That's why, just because of the history and the special hidden gems, Disneyland Railroad, the Lily Bell, you are our number 8.
Okay, so number 7.
This was both of ours, to be fair.
Why you gotta take credit for mine?
No, it was both of ours. No, because of my drink, it was both of ours, but because the history is because of yours. Yep.
Our number 7 is Carthay Circle Restaurant. And Carthay Circle is located in
California Adventure. That's right. Real quick, Carthay Circle is based off the Carthay Circle Theater. That was...
that's where Snow White premiered.
That's where Snow White premiered, exactly.
Yes, and Gone with the Wind and like all these movies, but Snow White specifically. So it was a big deal, and they modeled this restaurant after the theater as a little like homage to the theater. Everybody told us, go out for a nice fancy dinner, and they gave us a couple of ideas,
Yep.
and people said to go to Carthay Circle. And if you know Sage, we're not gonna have a fancy dinner at a theme park. It's not gonna happen.
Eating is dumb at Disney.
Eating is not dumb. Stopping and eating to Sage
Yes.
is dumb.
Yeah. Takes
Stopping and drinking, however,
totally cool.
Anyways, so we go to Carthay Circle, we sit down, and this fantastic waitress comes over. She's just lovely. She introduces herself as Holly.
Holly.
Yep.
Yep.
And we just kind of started chit-chatting, and she got on to us, and we just kind of liked her. And she started telling us this whole story about how she was actually the server that served Diane Disney
Walt's daughter.
Carthay Circle was even opened. It's while they were still.
I think it was like the very first day.
No, they were still in the testing phase. Like it was.
Oh.
Right, it was like the preview.
Okay.
When she was coming to see it before it opened to give it the go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Wow.
So she's the server.
crazy.
Her name's Holly. She's amazing.
She's like a spunky Julia Louis-Dreyfus. That's what I called her.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus is spunky. Anyways, she made us these amazing. She made me an
Drinks.
amazing custom button, and then she took us on a little VIP tour of Carthay Circle
Very
and
cool.
showed us all these like amazing photos.
When you go around and you see obviously all these little artifacts in these glass cases, and they're all from when the Carthay Circle was open in the 20s, 30s. 40s, 50s. I believe it was demolished in 1969. They had some great comic from Donald when he was in the war. Some great film reels. It was really cool artifacts. Definitely go and check that out. But my favorite, just because I love to drink whiskey. They have a specialty old fashioned that they do, and we'll show you what happens with their ice right now.
Alright guys, so this is our ice beer maker. It's made out of aluminum.
Okay.
And in physics, what aluminum does is conducts heat. It's like a heat transfer, which is why I kind of warmed it up. So at the end of the process, this is now room temp. It's gonna be cold. So as I instantly place it down, you'll see it start to melt.
Wow.
And then the weight of the second brick speeds up the process.
What?
That's
ridiculous.
so cool.
Oh my gosh. That's cool. Well, you sold me, brother. Wow. Cool. Science is crazy, right?
Yeah. At the end of the process, you'll have a crystal clear ice. Ready right there?
Oh my gosh.
That is so cool.
Hey. Amazing. Thank you so much, Danny.
Our number 7 was Carthay Circle.
We love you, Holly.
Yeah, Holly's the best. So our number 6
Yep.
is the Indiana Jones ride.
Now we're going to go to some of more of the thrill rides, because those were just really good. You just said a couple seconds ago that the thrill rides that are great in Orlando, but they're a little more thrilling at Disneyland because they're longer. Everything seems to be longer, right?
And just seem larger, and I don't know, it just seems more thought out. I mean, all the thrill rides seem more thought out to me. The rooms are so vast when you're riding through. It's just like that crazy moment. I like won't forget that moment. And we just watched it again on YouTube, and I realized, I mean, at the time I thought it was a fluke, that there was like another car coming in at the same time that we were going, and I was like, are we gonna hit them, or I don't know. It was just, the whole thing was really cool.
Which is funny, because Disneyland is a smaller park than Magic Kingdom or
the rides are
Animal
twice as
Kingdom,
long,
or-
and the lines are a third as small. I mean, it's crazy.
It is crazy. Indiana Jones is very similar, if you're familiar with Dinosaur here at Walt Disney World. It is the same ride vehicle, the same kind of movement, except just on a grander scale. My favorite scene, though, is the very last scene. Right, you're on the second floor, and then what happens is that the boulder starts to move towards you, and then all of a sudden you dip underneath it right at the last second. It's a really cool effect. That was my favorite part. What was your favorite?
really
What was
fun.
your favorite part of the?
That was my favorite part too.
Yeah.
That and the fire.
The guy with the eye.
Yeah.
And that is why Indiana Jones, our first thrill ride on the list, is number 7.
6.
Number 6. Number 5 is Pirates of the Caribbean. It is the longest Pirates of the Caribbean in the entire world. Number 2 is Walt Disney World. Woohoo! That one's right about 14 minutes, but this one is right at about 16, 17 minutes, or when
so fun.
at least when I timed it anyway. The reason, and this was the original Pirates of the Caribbean. One of the last things that Walt had his hands on, not the last thing, but one of the last couple things. Originally, it was a walk-through wax museum. Small World and Pirates of the Caribbean were both featured at the World's Fair. And Small World on the boat, it received such acclaim. He goes, hey, you know what? This is going to be on Pirates of the Caribbean too. They were like, and all the managers were like, no, we've worked so hard on this thing. Walt Disney was like, nope, I'm going to do it. So 9 years later, once they finally transformed everything into the boat version of it, Pirates of the Caribbean came out, and obviously look at it now. But not even just the ride. I mean, like look at the movies and everything that has come from this ride.
Yeah.
It's so cool, so much history in this. A quick thing I want to mention is that, maybe I don't know how it is in the other parks, but here at Walt Disney World, everything is built into the ground. The waterways are built into the ground, and everything is above you. Here, they're all everything is built up, so it's almost like all the rivers are in a big tub, and that's where the boats are. And maybe that's history, or maybe that's what they thought it needed to happen at the time. But it's a really interesting thing.
I just felt like the rooms were so expansive and the scenes were so well thought out and large, and there were extra scenes in there that were really fun and cool.
And that is why number 5 is Pirates of the Caribbean.
Our number 4 was the Cars ride.
Yeah.
Radiator Springs Racers. It was so fun.
So fun.
So we got a fast pass for this one, and we got it on extra magic hours.
Yes.
And we were
Totally
super excited.
worth it.
Like, we got there at 7 o'clock in the morning. We got the fast pass. Everything from like the start of it, when you're going through the Red Rocks, and then you know it opens up and the music starts, and there's this like waterfall.
The forced
and it's
perspective is
incredible.
beautiful.
So I didn't know that the cars were going to be like actual car-sized cars. So the first couple, it actually like
She jumped, but at the very end, the super cool part, like again, if you're familiar with Test Track, there's a little race.
Yeah, at the very end, and it goes fast, and it's super fun. I mean, it was a good time, and I don't know if the same track wins every time, but I'll tell you, we were on the track like on the left, and we lost, and the track on the right won. So if you could try to get on the track on the right, like it's probably better.
But the time on the right, when we were walking around, we saw the track on the left lost again.
People will probably comment. I'm sure people here have been to Disneyland, and they're probably
And
gonna
have been
tell
like,
us.
you're wrong!
No,
Please feel free to correct me. And that is why Radiator Springs Racers is our number 4. I'm gonna sit back for this one because this
oh
is
my
all
God,
her.
this is my favorite.
What number is this?
This is number 3.
Number 3.
But this is my jam. It's the Incredicoaster on Pixar Pier.
So
It was
crazy, right?
So fun. So I thought this is just gonna be your plain old classic roller coaster. It starts off, if you've been on the Hulk at Universal, it starts off like that. It just like that, or Rock and Roller Coaster.
Yeah.
Same thing. It starts off where you're just like bumping along, and then you stop, and then it just like they count off 5, 4, 3, 2, and then it shoots you off.
Takes you off, yeah.
You go in, and it takes you up in this tunnel, and then I swear to God, again with Disneyland, this roller coaster lasted. I mean, it felt like 10 minutes.
It was a long roller coaster.
So long. I think it's the longest roller coaster I've ever been on. It just didn't stop. I was so pleasantly surprised, and I was like, this. I would have waited an hour for it. It's my favorite. It was my favorite roller coaster I've ever been on. Maybe my favorite ride.
Oh wow!
That was my favorite ride.
It's a big claim, and that is why
The
Incredicoaster is our number 3.
So we have a friend who works in concierge at Walt Disney World, and when we posted the video of me surprising Sage and going to Disneyland, he got in touch with us and do that.
Long
stuff
story
before we
short,
went
this
in.
guy is a rock star.
He got us VIP for World of Color, VIP for Fantasmic, VIP seating for the parade.
Soundstational
which
parade.
was so much fun.
I had to turn on the light. It was getting a little too dark. But seriously,
We're just gonna call him Jay.
thank you so much. You personally made our trip magical, and we cannot thank you enough.
Yeah.
So, but this will lead us to our number 2, which was
World of Color.
obviously World of Color is based off of Walt Disney's one of his TV shows, Wonderful World of Color.
I didn't know that.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, that's kind of how it all started, and then obviously kind of transformed into this beautiful water show. If you look at my Instagram, I have a little backstage photo. It's not actual backstage, but they drained the park, and you can kind of see how they did all these water effects, and it's absolutely beautiful. Really great scenes and sequences. They put.
It makes me feel emotional watching it on
yeah,
YouTube
I know.
again.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's so incredible.
This is something that I would recommend before Fantasmic at Disneyland.
Don't watch it on YouTube before you go.
Agreed.
Just like wait and go and book your trip to Disneyland and go see World of Color.
And that is why World of Color is our number 2. Number 1 is something Jay helped us with. We got to the resort day 1, and we were told that our room wasn't ready. So they said, "Hey, come back at 3. We would love to walk you up to our room." We said, "That's weird."
I was like, maybe Disneyland is like they're real personal.
Like nobody walks people up to rooms, but
they're like
okay.
gonna walk us up to our room.
So we have some time at Disneyland. We come back at 3, and they start to walk us up to our room. They hit the top floor button, which was scary.
11. Yeah.
We're like 11. We're like, well, this is weird. Maybe we got a room on the top floor. That's pretty cool. And they take us to the fairy tale suite. Watch what happens. So we got a magical upgrade.
You need to go out the door.
I know. Okay. Hold on. Got a magical upgrade. Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. I don't even know what to do.
Can I follow you?
Yep.
Do you have a room key?
We're no. Let's leave it open. We got the fairy tale suite. You check this out, fairy tale suite. At the top floor. Let's see if we can do this. This is the fairy tale suite. We'll do an in-depth look at all of this. We gotta watch it again. You can see the lasers around it. And then Tinkerbell comes in. Yeah, thanks Tinkerbell. And what happens is it's actually a motion sensor outside of the door, so that way when when people are coming up to the room before they knock, Tinkerbell kind of comes up and does her thing. We got some cool coffee selections here. His little mirror. Hey me. We got French vanilla creamer. We got everything. We've got nice closet, extra blankets, and some cool Disneyland. Let's see if I can see this Disneyland robes. Disneyland Hotel. It's super cool. A little umbrella in case it starts to rain. Thanks, Disneyland. Another extra closet here, and a mini fridge. Is it stocked? Nope, but it will be. Obviously, we got Belle, Beast, and Ariel and Eric, and obviously Miss Briar Rose and all her animal friends, Philip and the horse guy. This is probably all right. So we got a little more of this.
Can I do it one more time? I'm sorry.
Fine. We've got huge sinks and a vanity. So cool. We've got a bunch of drawers here. Oops. Huh, wait a minute. Shannon. Wait a minute. Here are the twinkle lights. Like here are the
mechanism?
Yep. Turn it back on. I just don't know where it leads. So it says there are twinkle lights, but we can't be underneath. I mean, they're under the sink. We got twinkle lights under the sink. That's kind of weird. I'm not told where do they lead. Let's find out. Oh, they're supposed to. What? It looks like it's fiber optics into. Coming from like here. Oh my God! Oh, there we go.
Oh, they're so sweet.
Oh, there we go. Hey, let's see if we can turn off the lights so you can really see them. Close that door.
Oh my goodness.
So I don't know.
Oh my goodness, it's both of them.
I don't know how well you can see it. Let's see if I can turn up the brightness. Yeah. So the sink. The sink is actually the twinkle lights are in the sink. It's very cool. All right, turn that back to. You can turn the lights back on. Super cool. Wow. All right, found them. Let's see. Awesome backsplash here, or a tub splash. A tub, bunch of jets. Look how great the glasswork is on the shower. It looks just like the castle. It's your own personal castle shower. Check this out. Okay. All right, I'm gonna turn on some of this water real quick. So we got one here for the top. Woo! And that comes right at you now. It's gonna get your whole body. Now I'm wet, but it's all good. Oh man. So I'll just turn it. Wow, so cool. Right, let's see if we can finish this. Oh man. Hey, careful in here, everything is super wet. And then in here, potty, bidet, really cool painting of the castle, landscape. And all right. Now we're going to check out. Hi. Now we're going to check out the best part. You have this beautiful, beautiful bed. Absolutely. That's not the best part, but this main room is the best part. We have the beautiful bed. We've got some great, obviously some side drawers in them, but they look just like the wardrobe from Beauty and the Beast. Just the way they move. Some great chandeliers. Super cool little control panel right next to your bed, so you can lamps on or off. The drapes open or close. The TV on or off. We'll get to that in a second. Oh, great little desk. I really want to talk about this view. This view is absolutely insane. Almost 180 degrees around us. But look at this view. Absolutely. We got Disneyland Park over there, California Adventure over there, and you could actually absolutely see the castle. The castle show. The castle fireworks from right here. Just so cool. Can't wait to get back out there. And here's something over here. So we got more chandeliers, another great painting up here. But here's kind of what I want to show you guys. So right here is the remote. Obviously we can go. Let's do something real quick. Let's get the TV ready. Let's go TV on.
The television is in motion. Please ensure the area is clear.
That's right, and the TV will pop on up, ready for your viewing pleasure. But here is absolutely the best part. Let's say you've had a long night, you're exhausted, and you want to, just kind of enjoy the night and what Disneyland has to offer from the comfort of this suite. What you're gonna do is you're gonna press the fireworks buttons.
The television is in motion. Please ensure the area is clear.
That's right, the TV goes down, and then the firework music, the BGM of Disneyland Park, pumps through this suite, and you can actually hear everything that's happening. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's playing the BGM right now. That's what's playing inside the park and inside Disneyland Park right now. And at night, you could watch the fireworks and you could hear it from inside your hotel room with some room service and a Manhattan. It's the best. I cannot wait to get back out there. This is our fairy tale suite on the first night of our honeymoon. We wish we were staying a second night. We should have stayed a second night. But we just aren't because we got to go to we're going to Cabo after this. But so cool.
Disappointed about Cabo now, baby?
No. I just wish we could stay here a little longer. She's doing her own filming as well for her friends. But all right, so cool. Hope you guys enjoyed.
It was amazing. This room was amazing. Now, see, I brought Sage to Disneyland so he could go to Disneyland. And now at this point, I'm like, we're not going to Disneyland. We're going to stay right here for the next 2 days.
Jay, thank you so much.
Yes, we love you very
that is why the Fairy Tale Suite is our #1. These are some quick honorable mentions that we just want to point out. Again, a bunch of know before you go.
Corn dogs at the Stage Door Cafe.
Oh my gosh.
It's called the Stage Door Cafe. They do hand-dipped corn dogs.
The best corn dog I've ever had.
They're so good. So do that no matter what.
Something to know, you have to get the app, the Disneyland app,
Yes.
because 1 out of 5 rides have an actual time posted.
The wait time.
The wait time posted. The only way you can see wait times posted is all of them anyway, is via the app.
Like the Alice in Wonderland ride, you didn't know that time.
Let's see.
Some of the old rides, Dumbo.
You had no idea. So please get the app so that way you can see what the wait time is and see if it's worth it to head on over there and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yes. So when you get the app, you have a chance to get a thing called the Max Pass. $15 a person, so $30 for the two of us. And it was for a whole day. And a Max Pass is basically like buying fast passes.
Yep.
You do it on the app like you do with the new fast pass system for Disney World, but it's not limited. So you get one, and then as soon as you get off that ride, you can get another one. And as soon as you get off that ride, you can get another one, and it's unlimited for the day. I mean, we didn't wait more than 20 minutes ever for anything.
It was awesome. Honestly, Disneyland, there's an amount of history and an amount of magic that is not found other places.
No, it's my new favorite place.
Someone told me recently that they're considering taking the statue of Walt out of Walt Disney World because Walt Disney World is a little too commercial. A lot of people don't know nowadays why this whole thing was started to begin with. The whole reason this was started is because Walt wanted a place for families to have fun, and that is so prevalent here. This is a place for families to experience magic and to have fun. But as somebody who was so thankful for the experience, I can see that and I can know what his initial intent was.
You feel that. You feel the original Walt Disney magic when you go there. I was like, I feel like Walt is everywhere here. I mean, and I don't feel like that at Disney World. I'm not like, Walt is all over the place. I'm like, this place is cool. And there's a lot of cool, big, awesome things to see. And they're always keeping it updated and it's amazing. But Disneyland has that older, like original magic feeling.
So if you're from Disney World or if you're overseas, I strongly encourage you,
go to Disneyland.
Come where it started. We've had an absolute blast going to Disney.
Click that little like button.
Yes. We've had an absolute blast going to Disneyland, sharing it with you. Please check us out on Instagram. We love you guys. Much love. Keep laughing, and as always, stay amusing. Bye, guys. Amusement time. Amusement time. We're Sage and friends. Let's go.